Welcome back, lords and ladies, as we are on the hunt for the ginormous man-possum, Satan.
This crop must be nourishing if everyone is planting it.
No, I don't think that's how it works, lady. If I... it's an aloe vera, it's one of the soft leaves. For those of you interested, basically a soft leaf, I think it's a member of the cactus family. Or if it's soft leaf, it's a member of its own genus in its own right. Biology was never really my area of expertise. Right, there we go. Satan. Right, let us try this, shall we? First, where's our animal handling expert? Give that to her for a second. So she's got animal handling as 7. I don't know how it's going to work. Let's try it.
What a magnificent mutation!
Possum. Oh. Was that something of the possum? It's probably saying that we have
Stay back. Let me handle this. Easy boy.
Now we must get the possum back to its owner. To be honest, it's easier than I thought it was going to be.
That's a possum?
It does look rather large and unusually coloured, but genetic mutations exist in a world where you have... Satan, thank you strangers. It's good to have the old bastard back. I don't have much, but take this as a reward. Hope Satan didn't give you too much trouble. Now what can I do for you? You're looking like you're new to Rodai. Do you have any cat litter? Huh? What do you want that for? Oh wait, for radiation. Right, well I'm afraid you can't get much radiation around here, so we haven't hoarded it. Dante might have some. He keeps cats to keep rats away from his agave. What do you think of Rodai? A fair city. Our fair city, the jewel of the Los Angeles Wasteland. At least it was till those damn leather jerks sewed up. Now I'm dying on the vines. And I don't know if I'll ever come back with the leather jerks. Okay. Old Sam and Mayor brought him in to secure after he got attacked by simps, but they'd taken over the dangled him from the tower. Wouldn't be so bad if they're just thugs. They get drunk, hurt some folk and move on, but they're smart thugs. If they see here Creator as a gold mine, they're planning to strip it. They always set aside a little of our land to grow agave, so the mayor can make tequila at his distillery, but the bastard Stengelser realised he could make a fortune if all the land had turned into agave. Now it's nothing but we're field slaves for the booze factory, and since nobody's growing a proper food, we're all going to get weak and sick besides. What do you think is causing the sickness? Don't know if I can blame it on Dangel or the jerks, but I'm saying, but I will say this, we ain't getting sick until when we were eating well. What's your take on Dengela? Had Rodai sus from day one, saw potential here, saw who could use and who he'd have to lose, hung the mayor out to dry and took over his still, tricked all the farmers into changing their crops, buddied up with Gecko in the bank, got him to make bullets for the only legal tender so he could take away the ammo we need to defend ourselves. He's going to suck on the corpse of this town until it's bloodless husk. So you can't trust the bank. It's not the bank anymore, it's an ammo dump. I don't know where your cash is, long gone I'd guess, but all the bullets and the jerks collected at the casino and the front are deposited in the safe stolen from us so they can use them to run for other thugs out of town. You think Gecko is working for the jerks? He is. I don't like that guy before the leather jerks sewed up. Now I hate him. Money only goes one way, and at that bank of his, it never comes out. Just try to make a withdrawal, never happens. How did Dengo trick the farmers? Told all us farmers he'd pay us big money to grow only agave so he could turn it into tequila. Then when everybody had agreed and started planting, he told us he'd deposited all the money in our account at the bank, but now Gecko's telling us he's put a hold on withdrawals until the unrest is over. In other words, until we're too weak to fight back. What do you think about the simps? A man can do what he wants to his body, replace his whole self if he wants. I'm not going to judge But when you start hurting people and telling people how they want to live their lives, that's when I draw the line. I don't care what Matthias says about peace and love on the radio. I was met a madman and killed friends of mine. Right. So, Satan's back. We need cat litter. Lots of it. I need to figure out how to deal with these idiots. Problem is, if I leave, they're going to keep charging me bullets to get in, which I won't have unless I start shooting my way in. And I get the feeling that doing that's a bad idea. Examine. Sewer grate oozes out some foul stench. It appears to have lock grates preventing people from clambering down. We obviously don't have the muscle to clear it the well, and we know that's where the plague comes from. So the question is, how are we going to fix it? Some more rounds, Kama Sutra and some scrap. Beneath faded artwork, we can try to read Megagenistic, all shall be revealed in time. Dracogan. Megacynics, okay. Sorry, Megacynics. Right. We're not getting down into that easily, unfortunately. That reminds me, she needs to have that back on. She picked up those rounds, so she can have those for her weapon. So it just loops. Maybe we can figure out what's going on in this. I know the well is where the thing's coming from, so we can't do anything about that. Maybe if it's in the water supply, it might be. We might be able to get it open from here. Try it. He's probably hasn't got the physical strength to do it. Well, what do you know? You forced your way through the grate. It's very dark inside, but you can tell it leads to the underground sewer system. Right. We still haven't explored the rest of the town. It's probably something we need to do first, in all honesty. And then we'll go down into the sewers. Right. There's something in there, but I can't for the life of me get in there. Yeah, 13%. Even if I put the lockpick on him, which is this one, and we can try. Critical fail. Handyman. Handyman prevents critical fails in this game, which I'm very glad I picked up. Means that Handyman is a really useful skill to have because it prevents you getting critical fails. It means that you can get a critical success and get it fixed. Now what's our percentage to get this open? 25. Let's give it one last shot. One more, come on. forcing my luck doing this. Come on. There we go. Whew. That was lucky. Let's get in here. Perception. Reinforced personal safe for a combination lock on a switching door. Okay. First let's disarm it. Yeah, he's not getting through that tumbler. Or we can try, I mean. It's not booby trapped anymore, it's just got to be locked. Let's give it a shot. Come on. Be nice for Cornish-Knight. Critical fail. You give the little wheel a good spin and it flies right off the bearings, hanging by a slowly one. Yeah. Now let's fix it. I know this seems stupid and it's like, why don't we just like blow the thing open? But hey ho. Gives us additional XP. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to blow, to quote a very famous film, we're going to blow the bloody doors off. Well, that's not the accurate quote, but let's get what we came for. Fire axe. Oh, I thought it was going to be something useful. It's not a bad weapon. Compared to the one he's wielding. No, actually, it's not as good. That's a shame. Personally, I was hoping for cat litter. So what's that? That's the bank. By Limbo Town standards, this is a mansion. It's made of sturdy stone and wood. It doesn't lean or sag, and it's a fresh coat of paint. It's also twice as big as its neighbours. Whoever lives here must be doing pretty well. Possums. Examine the door. You've seen many like it. Beatrice, Dante. Easy, old girl. What the hell, Dante? That was one of our best rug. That's our best rug. I'll get another rug, O'Malley. Life was at stake. See, nearly didn't. Life, I have a life. There's a fucking possum in our own fucking house. Come on, Beatrice. I know I'm a farmer when you married me, and the farm was to run the farm. I knew you were a rich farmer. You had people to do this shit. Beatrice, please. Save it for the possums, limp dick. I see, you look like you. Maybe you and Virgil are raised them together. I'm out of here. Beatrice, come back. I'm sorry you had to see that, stranger. Examine. This possum has just been given birth. Her newly born pups curling blindly in her underbelly, and her newly pitilessly mew pitilessly. Isn't nature beautiful? Can we actually see them? Oh, actually they have put baby possums in the game. How pleasant. A lean-jawed, wind-etched older man in a cowboy hat and working clothes. He is covered in dirt of honest work. What can I do for you? Dante Godman's my name. The lady who left is my wife Beatrice C. Well, I suppose he had the right to be mad, but the farm ways die hard in an old farmer. You heard you might have some cat litter you could spare. Cat litter? You have cats? Great little creatures, aren't they? Cat, mice and rats. They're cute too. Well, I got some litter saw, but it's hard to come by these days. If you want some, I think I have to ask a favour in return. So you breed possums? Yep. I'm told that before the war they were much smaller and considered pests. Now there are pressed livestock. We raise them for milk and for meat. Taste any way you slice them, that's for sure. Your name is Dante? The same are named after a guy who went through hell to get a woman he loved. Maybe I did it backwards. Your wife is very expressive. She's just a little high-strung sometimes, but I love her anyway. If you see her, tell her I come home. Looks like your farm has paid off for you. It's my life's work. It's been good to me, though I'm not liking it so much now. Sort of made that deal with the leather jerks. What was your deal with Dengler? They offered me a fortune to stop growing anything but agave so they could turn it into icky. Some deal they offered all the farmers, but I didn't want to do it. But Beatrice said it would make us rich, so I want to make her happy. So, well, now I'm regretting it. With everybody growing booze, making for the jerks, nobody's growing anything to eat. People are starving, getting sick, and none of us have seen any money either. Dangle tells us it's all deposited in our accounts at the bank, but nobody can get any money out of there. Just bullets, and a damn few of them. Let's see if he knows. Yeah, the bank. No good gecko starting kissing Dingles behind the minute he came into town. I think they're in cahoots, aiming to milk Rhode Island like a possum, I swear. What sickness are you talking about? No clue what it is, but it's plaguing our fair city and farmers in particular. I don't know why it's picking on the working folks. Don't seem fair. You don't care for the leather jerks, I take it? Why the mayor even thought of hiring some men was a good idea, I never know. Bunch of thieving hoodlums, and that Dangles is the worst lot. The deal I made with him is the dumbest thing I ever done. With somebody do something about it. You haven't done anything? If by doing anything you mean risking my life, the lives of other farmers, I ain't had the courage. Too many people been hurt already. But maybe I can get something lying around that might help you do your best. Tell you what, you get my wife away from those jerks and out of danger, and I'll give it to you. I'll call it the Heyman's hot potato. What is the Heyman's hot potato? It's a magnesium-fused shaped charge left over from when we were enlarging the crater, named after its late inventor. Thing blew through buildings, rock, solid steel, anything. You could blast into the tower's stronghold with it. Hell, you could melt the walls of Gecko's safe if you want to. You get Beatrice safe and it's yours. Any suggestions where we could put her? Tell you what, I've got a tool set on my farm. Tell Beatrice I'm gonna sow her where all my fortune's hid and bring her there. I'll keep her put and give you the hot potato. Then you can do what you want with leather jerks, and she'll be safe. What happened between Dengle and your wife? That's what I like to know. She's with him that more than she's with me these days. Says she's negotiating a better deal, but for who? Tell us about Dingler. I shook his hand once, made sure I had all my fingers when I was done. Should have done the same thing when introducing him to my wife. What do you think about the mayor, Van Grass? They thought he was a bad mayor, then Leatherjerks came along and showed me what bad could be. Poor Sam. What kind of favour? Well, now I've got my own problems, but this plague that's sweeping through Rhodas just hurts my soul. I love this town. I can't stand to watch it die. So if you help Doc Harchers find a cure for the plague, I'll give you some of my little stash. What do you think of Doc Hotchatter? Doc Hotchatter is a good man. I don't care what the man wears or spits, and has an eye as big as a harvest moon. He's fixing people up right enough, and that's all that matters. Right. So we need to get his wife to safety. That's going to be easier said than done, I take it. Loading dock doors are locked. None shall pass. Okay. Let's see what's out here. Apparently mines. How pleasant. Now, why would they bury mines out here, I wonder? That's why. The problem is, once you start laying landmines, but it's like, well, I got a fantastic idea. We'll put landmines down so no one will get near our hidden treasure. It's like, Barb, if we put landmines down, what they realise that we've got something hidden here? Let's dig this up. The Necronomicon. Really? Really, the Necronomicon? Are you serious? Try reading this book, but you just feel funny. Really? Why did we pick up the Book of the Dead? Anything that was out here, I thought it might be useful, but no, Book of the Dead. Right, there's no way to get into the distillery that way. Nothing over there. Right. Let's keep going. Lever jerk. Something we can kick down at a very low percentage. Carefully examine the door. Vulture Cry finds a lock. Well, isn't that incredible? A lock in this day and age. What will they think of next? Is there anything around here? This still doesn't smell like the others. It just smells like boiling water. Clear liquid drips from its spout. You taste it distilled water. The bottle's over 100 years old, though it looks like they've been cleaned thoroughly and new labels been stuck over the scratched and clear plastic. They've read distilled water. Ah, so that's what they're doing. Very smart. Someone's getting rich off distilled water because he knows that the water's infected. Very cunning. A lot smarter than I gave them credit for. Then that's probably not the big guy, is it? Quickly one over and we'll probably call it quits. Lever jerk, lever jerk. This is the finest house in Rodive, but it's not saying much. It's reasonably well maintained. In the wake of the jerk's takeover, the person who lives there clearly must have money, power, or both. Right. Do it once over, come back here. All these guys are tower guards. I'm going to end it here for today. I know it's a bit shorter than usual, folks, but that's just how it is at the moment. My name's Cornish-Knight. If you've liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the button. You can follow me on Twitter. You can leave a comment in the comment section, or you can look me up on Steam and I'll get back in contact with you. This has been Wastelands 2. If you have any tips or tricks or suggestions for me, I'm always happy to hear them for this game. This game is quite challenging, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.